5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
How's it going, everybody? And happy, as you can see in the bottom corner of the screen,
we got a new graphic.
2024 Draft Eve.
Let's go.
All the mocks, all the speculation, all the rumors, they all finally come to an end tomorrow night in 24 hours and 30 minutes. We're finally going to, at the end of the night, know, hopefully, who the Vikings quarterback of the future is. Exciting times. As much fun as the speculation and all the mocks are, I'm ready to get on to some real tangible draft stuff. Finally see these players start coming off the board and see if the Vikings make a move. If they don't, if it's a big move, small move, I don't know. So much is going on. I'm excited. I'm ready for it all to start.
Got a question.
What's up?
That graphic was 2021 and you made it a 4. Is that real?
What's that? No.
I can see that though.
Hey, first off, I can see that too. I'll get back to that. Hey, what up? We got Dylan Dotson in the building. What up, Dylan? Hey, the Timberwolves, man. The Timberwolves and Nuggets next series.
Welcome to Timberwolves Sports 24/7.
Let's go. And Adam in the house as well. What's going on, Adam? My guy.
My guy. It's funny
Oh.
the guy that used to like do the bit about Cousins on 10,000 Takes was out interviewing people. Would you let Ant-Man kiss you? And it's every single guy that walked past him, and every guy was like, yes.
Yeah.
It depends. Like, well, if it's like deep throat or a little flicking,
I saw that.
I can handle the flicking.
What up, Russell? Yeah, I saw that. That was a good question because the guy
was like, yeah, instantly yes.
He just instantly yes.
Yeah,
I might not stop there.
Would he want that? I don't know. Hey, what up, Two-Tone? Yeah, dude, Edwards is something else. It's so nice to see someone of that level of stardom be a part of a Minnesota sports team, because to like that level, hopefully we find that guy in this draft as our next franchise quarterback. That's the only, it has to, like, Justin Jefferson is that guy, but he's a receiver. It's different than, a top NBA player, regardless of position, honestly. But quarterback
there are fewer megastars
in the NFL, unless you're a quarterback. It's like quarterback and then everything else. And then NBA, it doesn't even really matter which position you are in, but if you're a guard, a small forward, a point guard, then you might as well be the biggest athlete on the planet. Little Jordan, yeah, that's what we're talking about in here. That's what we're talking about. Anyways, they were talking about my 2024 draft ease graphic. That was actually made by an AI program.
So the AI program thought it was 2021 as well.
2021, and they did they're the ones that they changed it to 2024, baby. But yeah, let's go. That is tomorrow, man. It's time. It's time to figure it out.
I was like, you had a really steady hand to make that 4.
Technology these days, actually insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. But like I said, though, I mean, look, I'm as much as when it, like, once the season's over, as much as I love all the draft speculation, when you get to this point and you're a day away from it, and it's just been, honestly, the last month has been regurgitated news that we've heard before, smoke screens, what's real, what's not. Out of everything that we've heard so far, what do you guys think when it pertains to the Vikings and moves they may make? What do you guys think is the most real and the most smoke? Like, do you believe, like, there's a lot of people out there that think the Patriots saying, hey, we haven't been wowed by an offer yet, or the Patriots just thinking that they're most likely going to stick and pick. Like, do you guys buy into that? Like, do you think that's legit, or do you think that's just them trying to get a team to up the ante? And what come draft night, if they're sitting there at 3 and we offer them the 3 first-round picks, we probably offered them already, are they just going to take it and think, cool, move back to 11, maybe grab a JJ if he falls, or a Penix or something there, and have 23 to grab another piece for this offense to put around the quarterback? Do you think they're dead set, even though they have nothing else around the quarterback to take in Drake May? What do you guys think? Is that smoke, or do you guys think that's real?
I'll start with this, I guess. I think it's not. I don't think the idea of that they haven't been wowed by a trade is smoke. I think they're not getting as much as they want as far as moving. What it would take to move for a team to move up to the top 3. Even though you would think like maybe they would allow the Giants to do that for something since you only moved 3 spots back. But ultimately, I kind of just get the vibe that they're going to stick and pick at number 3. And unless you give them something completely insane, like 4 first-round picks, and maybe maybe a team doesn't even want to give them 3 first-round picks. I mean, there's a real possibility. I mean, that's a lot to move up from even us from 11 to 3. Would I do it if we absolutely think that guys are going to be our guy like Drake May? I would allow it to happen because I would trust in what KOC wants, whatever. But I would say I feel like that part is kind of smoke. And then I also think, but I think I'm out on the idea that the Vikings stick and pick at 11 and pick Penix. I think I'm out on that completely. I think no one even really said that, but I think that's smoke that we would do that as well. I have a feeling, I don't know. I just feel like
How about the smoke that they said that the people are hearing that we'd be comfortable with Bo Nix at 11 or 23?
I hate those people, and those people suck because I don't want him at 11 or 23. But if it's at 11, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't think I can handle it. I don't think I can handle Bo Nix at 11. But hey, what do you think about all this speculation, Dave? And where are you at with this whole situation? What do you think is going to happen ultimately?
Well,
what up, Skol Mafia?
Thinking like NFL GMs, they have a board, right? I don't think there are 4 quarterbacks in their top 10, as far as talent. Like, you are overpaying, you are overdrafting outside of the top 2. I think the 3rd and 4th, 5th and 6th are not top 10 talents in this league. Honestly, Penix probably would be if he didn't have the knee problem, if he didn't have the injury. And I kind of, and there's some little flaws in his game, but I think he's closer to the top 10 talent wise and production wise. It's just, I'm going to probably want to go with the younger dude that has the tools and I can project, and that's why I put Drake May and McCarthy ahead of him. So you got to think that, okay, I'm sitting at 3, the top 2 quarterbacks are gone. I do not have these other quarterbacks in my top, in my top 5 prospects. There are better talents in different positions than these other guys. And it's pretty clear, I think. So I have to, if I sit and pick, I am overdrafting this dude. And so it wouldn't be crazy for number 3 to, the Patriots to trade out. But if you like a quarterback, you don't trade out, you take him, even if you think you're, overdrafting him. Now, do I think these guys are in the 20s? That's overdrafting. But if they're in the, 5 to 15 range and you're sitting at 3, maybe 10 to 15 is a little overboard. But if you think they're in the top 10, then you draft them. You sit and pick. So you got to really like that quarterback. So it does not surprise me if the Patriots sit and pick. It does not surprise me that the Cardinals sit and pick a receiver. It doesn't surprise me that the Chargers will do the same. It doesn't surprise me, that now the Giants didn't pull off, getting their quarterback. Maybe they don't like JJ McCarthy, right? That they trade down. All this shit could be, all this shit could happen, but I do think the smoke's real that if the Giants like a guy that they're trying to trade up just like us, it does not surprise me that our offer is not that great because we didn't extend Cousins. We didn't extend Justin Jefferson. We didn't extend Danielle Hunter. We didn't extend all these guys. Kwesi does not overpay for anything. Doesn't overpay for anything. So it doesn't surprise me that he hasn't put out 2 first rounders as a starting point for this trade up to 3. Does not shock me. Does not shock me at all.
And you're probably right. I mean, there's a possibility that's all we've offered on the table as far as now goes. And of course, the Patriots mentioned that, they're going to wait all the way until their draft pick. And that could be the play. I mean, I'm sure they're not getting as much as they would want, but when it comes to number 3, and if a team's desperate enough, who knows what's going to happen there. All right. Someone
brought up a good point though. Who was it? Schefter. I want to see when 10 minutes are on the clock, then what do they do?
Yeah.
What do the Vikings do? What do the Giants do? And those are the only two people he's talking about. So,
and I still am on team. And actually, I'll answer this real quick. RH, the Vikings, could they include Addison? I personally would definitely not want them to, because I'd rather have Jordan Addison than a first round pick. I'd rather trade our 23rd first round pick than Jordan Addison, as we got him 23. We got him literally a year ago at pick 23, and I think he was underdrafted. So
I mean, it's taking the quarterback and putting him into what is already existing. It's not giving up pieces of what would be around him to put him into that. Like it's a tantalizing spot for the Vikings to add a quarterback because of what is there on the team already.
Right. And
so,
a little bit about the Giants too.
Yeah,
they
go back to the Giants.
They could be putting on the biggest. They could be geniuses, the biggest gambit in the draft of convincing the Vikings that they're trading up to get a QB, just so the Vikings trade up ahead of them to bring the player they want.
Right.
Completely on the table. Wouldn't shock me. I mean, you got a quarterback. And you've said you're going to start him on week 1. You paid $40 million for him. Well, how do you get people to believe you that you're looking at quarterbacks? Fly them into New York or New Jersey or wherever the hell they practice and work them out. Every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they did. They showed up at pro days. They brought them in house. They may turn out to be the smartest looking GM out there. Draft. Being able to smoke screen so much that the Vikings jump up, overpay, their guy drops. They get a nice tackle or receiver that they wanted in the first place. Who knows?
And Daniel Jones gets to overthrow him and underthrow him and miss him wide open for the next year until the GM is then fired, and whatever he did before doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I do think you'd get. I mean,
he could get the guy they want.
But yeah, drafting a quarterback and then putting him in a shitty situation is going to bring him to get fired anyways.
You have other picks to draft.
They're not in a good situation other than their draft pick.
They're better off with Daniel Jones. I think they're better off with Daniel Jones and one of the top 3 wide receivers than I guess you could say JJ McCarthy and literally nothing around him.
We wouldn't know until the draft's over, though.
I don't know. I'm with Dave, or I'm not sure if that's where your opinion's at, but I kind of think a lot of this is so. I don't think it's completely smoke because they have done their due diligence in the whole quarterback positions or whatever. But I do think that there is a real chance that ultimately they do want a wide receiver and they do want a guy like Neighbors. I will say, let's just say Neighbors over in Dunze, that's usually what people think. And then us jumping over them would give them an opportunity for that. Again, everybody, hey, I'm out of those Ivan Pace Juniors, but I got a nice Justin Jefferson rookie card, black Prizm. Get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe to us, GG Sports Podcast and Minnesota Sports Talk with Dave. Get those hashtag Skols, and this is a solid card right here. Hopefully, I was hoping I'm about 24 hours from losing my bet against Casey if he doesn't get that extension coming.
And speaking of Daniel Jones,
yes,
might be 2 bets. Who knows?
Might be 2 bets.
Okay, so there's something that might toss a wrench in our bet here that I saw today. So I saw something that the Giants, this I think is the biggest smoke in the world. Maybe it adds to their whole need for a receiver, that the Giants would be okay taking Penix at 6. When I saw that, I thought that's no. I understand teams liking Penix, but at 6,
no.
Nah, I'm out on that.
No,
so,
I don't see that.
If that scenario does come up, and McCarthy and Penix are both there, and they take Penix instead, how does that go for our bet? Or is it only McCarthy?
I think it's.
Is it Giants drafting a quarterback regardless?
I think it's more. No, I think it was. I think what the bet was is if the Giants are sitting there. If the Giants are sitting there and they have an option to choose JJ McCarthy, it was if they did or not. It was just that simple. So, I mean, there's a chance probably a good chance that none of us.
It's a wash at that point because someone will jump up ahead of them to get McCarthy anyway.
There's a website I like, NFL Buzz, just NFLDraftBuzz.com.
Your favorite word, buzz.
Yeah.
That's my favorite word. Let's go, baby.
Buzz.
One more day.
They got Penix top 10, and they got JJ McCarthy like 24th ranked.
Ooh, dang. I've seen a lot of mocks having, or a lot of people having Penix way down, which I don't understand that. Like way below, like even Bleacher Report dropped theirs today. I think Penix was ranked 83rd or something like that in theirs.
That's ridiculous.
And there's been a lot of them. I think PFF has them way down. Everybody has them way down. I think that's a reason why I'm sitting here and saying, like, I think it feels like he's not as looked at as high as we were thinking after the pro day or whatever. So I do think there's a chance that he does make it past the 15th. Now, I do have a scenario though for you, Dave, because me and Casey were trying to make one last mock draft video. We'll see if we can still try to pull this off, but we tried doing it right before we hopped on here.
Should I go with the guy who got a C+ or an F in our draft?
What do you think? The guy with
neither was fair. Great.
So what happened was, in my opinion, and what Casey, I mean, we kind of came to a conclusion that we think there's a real possibility that the Giants end up, all could be smoke. Giants pass on JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy in general's hype could be a little smoke. I mean, he was literally, a beginning of a second round pick in the beginning of this whole process, but that he passes the Giants, gets down to Atlanta Falcons, and then we make the move for JJ McCarthy. The thing that happened was, when we were talking about that situation, we did not agree with what it would take to move from 11 to 8 to go grab JJ McCarthy. What would you think, Dave? How much do you think? And by the way, what up, Pablo Cortez? What up? What do you think it would take to move from 11 to 8 to go grab JJ McCarthy?
Well, here's the problem. We don't get a third, right? So
yep, or a second. So you can even do
that's
you can get picks back. You can get picks back from them too.
So saying that, potentially giving 2 firsts and then getting picks back from them.
Yeah, if we had to do that.
I could see that. Like, what do you think it would take to get up to pick 8 from pick 11? Like, what do you think it should take?
It should take.
What do you think it will take? Not should take.
Well, let's say what it should take. It should take a third and like change, like a fifth or 4 maybe. It should take that, but we don't have that. So it's like, could 2 force do it? Could a third next year and a fourth this year do it? That could do it. What would definitely do it? Would trade the 2 firsts and get their second, because the second is high in the second round, so that's not too bad. That's not too big of a drop for us, but it's definitely a big jump for them. That would definitely do it, and I think we'd actually deserve something back for that.
Yeah,
I think we should get like a early day 3 pick back at least. If we did that.
Mine was pick swaps we would trade obviously 11th to 8th, and then we would trade our other first for their second to move up.
Yeah, but spots, I think we would deserve something back though.
A little bit extra, more than that.
I think we would deserve a 4th or something
on top of that.
Yeah.
Which is fair. And that's the only thing though, is like, that's one thing. This was my point with Casey, is if the Broncos or the Raiders look at JJ McCarthy as their franchise quarterback too, obviously that's going to drive up the price. Just the same exact way if we were, everybody thought we'd have to give at least 2 first-round picks to move up to number 5 with the Chargers.
Who do we ask? Was it Wabi when we said? Yeah, I think it was Wabi when we said there's an honesty there. Like, if we're going down, hey, so-and-so called us, you want to beat their offer, and they don't lie and bullshit you, Right. And the reason why I asked that is because remember back in the day where we dropped down 1 spot and got a 3rd rounder, and everybody called Rick Trader Rick for Khalil. Yeah. Traded on 1 spot and took Khalil like 3rd to 4th pick or something like that, and we got a 3rd rounder out of that, which is kind of crazy to go in 1 spot and get a 3rd rounder out of it.
Right.
So that's why I asked him that question. And he says that there is honesty there because they want to trade with each other again. That they would be honest and say, hey, they're trading us a fourth and a fifth. We would do, I'm just throwing numbers out there. You come back with this and that, and that could be a good situation for us. And that would be Kwesi being, which I think is more Kwesi. I'm like 50-50 on whether or not he will trade up to a 4. I don't think he could get up to 3 because I don't think he's willing to give up enough.
Yeah.
So if he's able to get to 4, then and only give up 2 first rounders, I think he would do it. But I don't know. I wouldn't. Marvin Harrison Jr., man. I don't know. And at 5, will he trade with us after not hiring him? I do like the idea that he wants JJ to go to a good place.
Right.
And that he might do JJ a solid because obviously JJ would want to play for us.
Right.
But yeah, I don't. So what's Tennessee 7?
Yep.
Yeah. So that means JJ passes New York. Now we can trade up to 7. We can trade up to 8.
Bears are 9.
Bears are 9. Yeah, well, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I would think not. I think Bears might trade up.
That'd be nice. That'd be best case scenarios. The Bears trade up for a while. Even though I'm like, I don't really think they're smart to just kind of stick and pick. I think a lot of people do say they'll need a wide receiver, but I know because I think Keenan Allen, I think he's only on a 1 year, so I think that would be fair. But still, you have DJ Moore and Keenan Allen.
Where do you think that tight end's going from Georgia?
Yeah, a lot of people, because he was my guess to go if we were to trade with any of those teams. If we were to trade with number 4. If we were to trade number 4 with the Cardinals and then number 5 with the Chargers, my guess was that at 11, that one of them picked Brock Bowers.
I would say pick 10.
I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be.
Jets.
What's that?
Pick 10 to the Jets.
Pick 10s. I think he's going to be a top 10 pick. People have him outside of that, but he's a Jet. I mean, you could argue maybe outside of Marvin Harrison Jr., he could make a bigger impact than Neighbors and Ndunze. I mean, he's like. Obviously, we saw with Kyle Pitts that he never turned up.
But I mean, like if you just look at a team like the Jets, right, who their defense is already good is already solid last year. Like they're fine there.
Yeah,
they could use left tackle because the Mekhi Becton thing didn't work out, so they could use a tackle, and there's going to be a tackle for them for there to take. Yeah, but they already have an elite wide receiver in Garrett Wilson.
Right.
They already have a good run. They already have a great running back in Breece Hall.
Yep. Yeah.
What are they missing? They have Conklin and CJ Uzoma at tight end. Like they need a tight end. So if they could snag a guy like Brock Bowers for that offense, help Aaron Rodgers out when it's literally Super Bowl or bust for them right now, why would they not do that? So I think the Jets are a good spot. Like,
I think that's a good point.
Like you're not hearing a lot out of New York, like or at least
at all,
Jets, right?
At all, nothing.
To me, they're just sitting there at 10, like whatever tackle or tight end or maybe wide receiver that falls to us here, we're just gonna snag them because there's no point for us to move anywhere. So. That's where I feel. I feel like Brock Bowers goes to them at 10.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. And now you give because they don't really have. I mean, who is their next wide receiver on that team? I know they have Lazard, right? I think now or whatever, but nothing that crazy. And of course, Aaron Rodgers having a tight end is something that he always likes. He's never had any elite tight end really. Right. Not super elite. So getting someone like Brock Bowers would be perfect for that team. And I bet you make a good point. I would not be surprised if that ended up being their pick. If he doesn't go higher than people think, because 10, that seems a lot like pretty good. But I mean, he was projected to be like top 5 at one point.
Yeah, I would think the Jets would try to be as all in as possible.
Oh, right. Absolutely. Yep. And I think that's about it all in of a prospect you can get. Like tackle's cool, right? Like you could definitely use the help on the offensive line, but I mean, but if you have another target for Rodgers to throw to, watch out for that.
Yeah, and
I guess
you're talking generational.
See if they signed anybody to help out that line.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, I guess I don't know what they.
It'll be interesting to see what happens there, but I don't know. I just think.
Speaking of line, are we? Is that Dalton Risner smoke? Is that potentially? Who was it? Who was it? The Shredder Files or something like that?
Oh, yeah, Shredder. What do you say?
Shredder.
I know what
was talking about Dalton Risner signing with us.
Like that, he's going to sign. with us
Yeah.
soon?
It
I didn't
seems
know
a
that.
little. It seems like that bridge may be burnt already. I don't know. In my mind, just kind of seeing both sides out there, where he's talking about how no one's giving him anything, and we're not really saying anything at all. Like, I don't know.
Well, it was a little callous of him to say that I beat out their 4-time starter. And I think Cleveland was like a well-liked guy in that run.
I made him get traded. It's like, no, they traded him so they wouldn't have to pay him what the Jaguars paid him.
Plus, he wasn't healthy at the time.
Right. And I don't. And again, at the end of the day, I don't think he fit the mold of what they want this. Because he was a tackle turned guard. He's not the big. Like, he's not like, built like the guards that we want here. Like, I personally think.
No, we want a 6'7" one.
We don't want to pay him. And he just doesn't fit into what we want here from a pure pass.
Yeah, so we go from him to Cleveland to a 6'7" Randall.
but he's built bigger though.
Yeah, we need. I don't know. So I feel like I would like. I think it was so funny. I think I was just gonna say. I just saw that Antonio Brown also mentioned that the Colts, what was it? The Patriots and Colts have been in talks of a trade for the Colts to move up to the number 3 pick to select Marvin Harrison Jr. But he totally whiffed on the Justin. He lost on the Justin.
He names it CTE SPN.
Dude, it's so funny. That is so funny that he did that.
CTE SPN.
CTE SPN. It's so funny.
Antonio Brown, the guy's a nut job. He's a moron, but goddamn, is he funny.
Yeah, I know. He was right about the Diggs thing, but the Herbert thing, no. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know.
Didn't make sense to begin with after all the dead cap that the Chargers would have to take. Like, it wouldn't make any sense.
Some kid, he's so upset at me because I shared that. I shared a meme of a guy, I don't know, crying or something at his wedding about, because I think it was Bohemian or I forget who shared it. And I shared it, and I said, me realizing that the Justin Herbert trade is real. And he started telling me how dangerous I was because people listened to me and trusted me. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I would tell everybody on Twitter, did any of you guys trust me? Did you get me? No, I never claimed to be.
No, you got to get your info from real sources like Rick Sosa.
Yeah,
that's where the real info comes in.
Sosa does have all the good.
He knows what's going on the inside.
He does. Yeah, he does.
But they don't let him in. He knows too much on the inside. They won't let him in.
Super Bowls, man.
Hey, everybody. Hey, we're giving away a Justin. This is a nice Justin Jefferson rookie card, Black Prizm. We are going to sign him within the next 24 hours so I can win $10. So get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, subscribe to Minnesota Sports Talk and GG Sports Podcast. But get those hashtag Skols, and I'm going to give this away no matter what. We only have 4 entries in right now. And I mean, hey, our guys are in the building. If one of them win it, great.
Let me ask you guys this. Who do we like? Who does Kwesi and O'Connell like better, May or JJ McCarthy?
Drake May. I believe that Drake May is their guy.
I do too. I think so. I just think them getting McCown. I think them getting McCown just made. You don't just go grab a guy specifically because of that, but it just feels that way.
I think because of McCown, that's why we have number 14.
Sam Darnold. Yeah. You won't even say his name. You're so mad we have him. He's number 14.
Yeah, number 14.
Well, he's not 14 yet because that's Wright's number, but he was wearing it. He was wearing it in a picture.
Yeah, I think
Aaron Jones is wearing 33. I'm like, Asamoah, he's taking your fucking jersey.
Good. Well, Aaron Jones will see the field.
But that's the reason why I'm not totally. Who knows what's going on with JJ McCarthy? There's a lot of people who really like him, a lot of guests, but there could be a lot of smoke behind him.
Could he be the guy that falls like Will Levis did?
I don't think to that extent, but I don't think it's
not that far. But
crazy to say that he could fall to us at 11. I don't think it's crazy.
I don't think that's crazy either.
There's not a lot of things.
If Kwesi takes JJ McCarthy at 11, they're gonna there's a group of people that build a statue of him, and there's still 50 or 40% of this fan base that fucking hate. They do not want JJ McCarthy. I know people think Cousins was polarizing, but this is a 60-40 split right now. I mean, I did a poll where 40% said don't even want him. Don't even want him, JJ McCarthy. So but with Drake May, it's 85-15. Like 85% of the fan base is like, yes, to Drake May. They'd be happy with him. It's just crazy.
Do we have the Mac Jones in here right now?
Yeah, is that Mac Jones? The Mac Jones?
Uh-oh,
Like,
Jamie's gone.
Top 100 Mac Jones from 2022.
Jamie is still alive? Nope, he's out. Okay. So I mean, yeah, I think I'm on your side there. Yeah, I think we all agree Drake May is probably the guy that they want, but I think I don't know. I'm really curious to see what, like, I mean, it'll be interesting because if we trade 2 first-round picks, move up and grab JJ McCarthy, then obviously there's a thought process there that they view McCarthy strongly enough over everybody else to make a jump like that up to the top to go get him. So,
All right, I missed some things here.
not really.
Technical difficulties.
I can tell.
Oh, Mac Jones in here. 90% of the teams that trade back are really winners. So if we trade up, we need to win. I just fact checked it. So if we trade up, we need to win. Yeah, we definitely do, and I think we will. I don't know. I like JJ McCarthy enough. I do like him enough. I don't trading 2 first-round picks. Where you guys at with that? Trading 3 first-round picks for Drake May or 2 first-round picks?
I don't think he's worth 3, but I wouldn't die if it happened.
Yeah,
if we traded 3, we definitely should get something fucking back.
Right, but no. I guess my mindset is, and I've been back and forth on this a bunch. If I'd like to see it, I would 100%. And you guys know this. I'd give up 3 first-round picks for Drake May without even thinking about it. Like, I would do that right away. I'd be a little skeptical for 3 for JJ. I'd be cool with 2 for JJ. Like, at that point, I'm like, okay, I get it. But either way, if they move multiple first-round picks to go move up and get JJ McCarthy instead of just deciding to stand pat and take somebody else at 11 or 23, like we've always said, we want them to move up and get a guy that they believe in. Now, is McCarthy necessarily their guy over Drake May? We don't know for sure, but we're all assuming not. But either way, the fact that they would make significant draft capital moves by trading multiple firsts to go up and get JJ McCarthy would at least show you that they value him on their board much higher than they do a Penix or a Bo Nix. So at that point, as much as I wouldn't like to see that many draft picks go to a guy like JJ McCarthy, I would still sit there and be like, okay, but they are moving multiple firsts to go get a guy that they believe in instead of standing at 11 and hoping one of them gets to you.
Right.
And making a move to go get McCarthy instead of waiting for a Penix or a Nix. So at that point, I'm like, okay, cool. So they must believe in him enough that they made that investment to go get him.
And as far as like the JJ and following like Levis or whatever, I do think if JJ does land at 11, I think it's real. I think it's real that we want JJ McCarthy, but I do think they, like we've talked about, I think Drake May is their higher priority. But I do think if there's a chance JJ does drop to us at 11, that we do take him. Do I think? I'm not convinced that we're even willing to give up 2 first-round picks to get him, though.
Right. Well, I'm not either, but I'm just saying if they did, I would understand it.
Yeah, I would. I mean, hey, at this point, I'm on. You just trust KOC. I mean, again, he is what he's been able to do with the quarterbacks, what he's been able to do with even Kirk Cousins, giving him his best years in his career, and then up until his injury, and then obviously being a quarterback, like an NFL quarterback. I mean, not a great one, whatever, but all those kinds of things. Like, you just gotta feel that KOC probably knows a little bit more on this position than a lot of head coaches, a lot of people in his position. So I guess, I mean, for me, it's like, you just trust that, like, he thinks these guys are his guy. And if they go up and get him, at least you trust it. If it doesn't work out, I mean, there's a good chance it doesn't. But of course, like Wabi said, if it does, of course we would be willing to trade. If Drake May ends up being the next, our franchise quarterback, we trade 3 first-round picks in a heartbeat for him.
Right. It's like what you traded to go get the guy doesn't matter unless he sucks. Like everyone is saying about Trey Lance and the Niners. Like, well, the Niners gave up 3 first-round picks to go get Trey Lance. Like, no one talks about the draft compensation unless they're terrible. Like, no one talks about what it took the Bills to get Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Right? You never hear that.
Exactly. And obviously the Trey
Nobody
Lance...
talks about what it took to get Ricky Williams. I mean...
Yeah, which is insane. and definitely nobody talks about the Herschel Walker trade. Nobody.
Well, Ricky Williams was actually drafted.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know because they gave up I don't remember the exact numbers, but I know they gave up a lot to go.
They gave up the whole draft,
that's what it was.
and I think the first and second the next year.
That's so crazy.
There's some crazy
How
thing.
times
like
have changed. How times have changed, and now there might not be a running back drafted till like the 3rd round this year. But
Isn't that crazy? Like 10 years ago, running backs were it, right? Like in Adrian Peterson's era, if you don't have a good running back, you ain't winning. Now it's totally flip-flopped.
Dude, yeah, it's wild how that works. But
some other in division news before we move along. The Lions are making our players much more expensive now.
Yeah.
Obviously, giving him Monra, they gave him 30
million
a year, 4 years, 120. Then they gave Penny
Noel-
what was it, 4 years, 112 million or something like that.
Yeah, and he was drafted the same year as Darrisaw, right?
And he's their right tackle, isn't he? Or do they have him on the left? I know he's played both.
I don't know
He's played both in his career. I thought he was right tackle most recently, but either way, like.
But they paid him early. They paid him
and
early.
now, and that's the thing. It's like, and like you look at like we're kind of following the same blueprint, right? Like we're paying Jefferson more than they paid him on St. Brown. We're paying Darrisaw most likely more than they paid Sewell. But the big difference is, unless who's their back Hendon Hooker works out, they're talking about paying Jared Goff too. Like you want to talk about a team that's going to have to invest in their stars. Like they're going to have to pay those 3. That's going to be a lot of money if you extend Jared Goff. Where the Vikings are in a similar situation, but we're going to have that benefit of a rookie quarterback for the next 4 or 5 years. So I think that's huge.
Yeah,
But
definitely. And hopefully we'll see what happens.
Goff will take a team-friendly deal.
Yeah, probably. We'll see. I think
that's usually what happens.
I still believe in Hendon Hooker. Like, there's a chance that after this next season, they might, if Hendon Hooker shows enough, they might try to roll with him.
The guy that kept Joe Milton from stardom.
Yeah, exactly. Even though, yeah. Hey,
Hendon Hooker is kind of this draft's Michael Penix, just way more injured than Penix was, obviously.
Yeah,
because he's hurt now, was hurt.
Should we do a mock?
I guess so.
Yes.
Hopefully, you guys can do better.
We're all yeah. What did you end up getting? Oh, yeah, you got like an A+.
I got an A-.
How do we want to do this though? Do you want to do this together?
Thank God he was still available. I was out of options. I had nobody after that.
How about we do? Hey, I don't know. Maybe that's too complicated.
This is the last official mock
draft. Yep.
Hey, you know what I thought would be cool if we like took control of all 32 teams and made all the trades. What would the first round would look like?
If we did what?
Like we pulled out, like we did our first round mock, like the pros do it, but when we added trades and shit and moved all the teams around to pick their player.
That sounds
like a lot of work. That sounds like a lot of work.
A lot of work.
Here for 2 hours
all night, right?
Yeah, we can do that. Should we? So we can either
take control of all 32 teams, though.
Yeah,
can you do that?
Does it let you get all of them, Casey?
Yeah, that's what. See this word up here, all. Yeah, let's do that.
Click it.
You want to do this?
Let's do it.
I don't have the mental capacity.
One round.
Right
one round.
Well, yeah, one round. Just put it on one round.
Right. Let's do it. Let's do one round.
That'd be fun. I think that'd be fun.
All right, Bears on the clock.
All right, this is predictions right here. This is the first round.
So this is our official Skol experience prediction of how the draft is going to go.
The Bears take their guy in Michael Penix Jr.
Hey, we all got to agree on this.
Michael Penix.
I actually think they pick Bo Nix.
I think they take Michael Pratt if I'm actually picking for them right now.
Michael
Pratt.
They want the big arm quarterback. Nah, okay. This is going to take too long if we do this. So they're taking Caleb Williams, right?
Yeah, Caleb Williams.
Draft.
I assume we're all in agreement that Jaden
Daniels is number 2. Right now, if I was going to put my money on it, I'd say Jaden Daniels too.
Yeah.
And then again, I personally don't think the Patriots get a trade. I think the Patriots are looking for an unprecedented deal. I think they're looking for probably either 3 first-rounders and a high mid-round pick or 4 first-rounders. I think they're looking for something unprecedented here. I personally don't think they trade out of 3. I think they stick him. Drake May feels like a New England Patriot. I think they stick and pick Drake May.
Even though he's going to fail because they have nothing around him. But
right, exactly, yeah.
It's all good. Ruin this poor kid's career, whatever.
I'm sorry, Drake May. You have to go play for the New England Patriots. You're going to be throwing the ball to, I don't even know who their top receiver is right now.
Drake May.
So
Marvin Harrison Jr. right off the bat. I don't think we trade up. I think for sure it's going to cost us more than we'd want just to move up to number 4 because Marvin Harrison's so bad.
Because he's not a quarterback, but I think
Cardinals need weapons.
The Cardinals are sitting here right now thinking we have Kyler to a lot of money. We're not taking a quarterback here. We'll stick and pick. And obviously they have Hollywood Brown, and they have who's Trey McBride? Is that their tight end?
Yeah,
who actually played pretty well last year.
Yep,
they're missing an alpha dog wide receiver.
They instantly get a number 1 right here.
Exactly. And I think for them, if they got offered 3 first-round picks, I think they do it. Anything less, I think they're out. So
I don't think we're trading 3 first.
Nope, not to get to 4. Not to 4. I don't think so. I think 3 we would to get Drake May. Outside of that, I don't think so. So I think we're all in agreement. Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, I think so.
Now the Chargers is where because they need a receiver. This
really comes down to, do we think, I do think it's going to be tough to move up with them, and we're going to give more than we want just because they want a wide receiver. And I
think he values picks, though.
He could. But the big question here again is, do we think the Giants are going to pick JJ McCarthy?
The question. That is the question.
That's the question. So
I would say I think it's a possibility, but I also think that wide receivers. I mean, obviously, yes. Even if they had no quarterback at all, you would think they'd go. I mean, wide receiver would be such a huge need for them because they've had Sterling Shepard, who's not there anymore, and Darius Slayton as their top 2 wide receivers for how long, right?
Right. And plus, the reports recently, obviously, with Schefter and everybody, them talking about us and the Giants wanting to move to number 3 as the 2 teams. Well, if they're trying to move to number 3, you have to believe that would be for Drake May. So I don't know if I believe that they think JJ McCarthy is going to be that franchise quarterback that's worth taking at number 6.
So I guess all this comes down to, do we try to jump above the Chargers, or we just give them a receiver?
I think New York's in the same situation as us, or a similar situation where they need to win now, and they already got their $40 million quarterback.
They have a guy they're paying $40 million.
Yeah, and that these guys' jobs are on the line. They're not going to put a first round draft pick to a guy that's going to sit.
And that is true. But in my mind, I think the only reason they would draft a quarterback is because they think it might buy them a couple more years to build around him. Or if they go Daniel Jones this year, it is a win or your guys are probably out of here situation.
Well, here's the deal. It's not. Oh, you're getting a couple years for the GM. It's you might get a couple years with the coach. I don't think you get because the GM's the one that got the fucking $40 million, gave the $40 million contract.
Yeah, unless JJ McCarthy looks like Brock Purdy his first year.
But also you have a coach who came in and agreed with the general manager that I think this quarterback, because that's what he's brought in here to be the quarterback whisperer, that I think this quarterback is good enough to bring us to the next level. And
he might get the excuse that the guy's injured. Guy was injured.
Yeah, I personally
before he was injured. I think the
GM would try to save his job by trying to make this year's team as good as possible. We saw that with Rick Spielman.
And you have to also believe that they believe in Daniel Jones. It makes no sense.
I don't believe that for one.
Why? So why would they pay him all that money and then in 1 year they're like, oh, I guess he's not the guy.
Remember when Zimmer won a playoff game for us and he got an extension? It's the exact same scenario. Like, he won us a playoff game. We're picking at the bottom of the draft. There's no quarterbacks in our range.
That's
we need a quarterback. They literally had to re-sign him because otherwise they would have nothing.
They signed him to a $40 million a year.
Yeah, because you got to pay a market value.
I don't think so. I think if you're the GM, you're making a terrible decision by doing that.
Exactly.
That's a terrible
decision. They got strong armed into having to sign him.
I don't think so. I personally don't think so. I think that's already such a big. I think if it's already such a bad
man. Doesn't matter. A quarterback is better than none. People gave Sam Bradford $28 million after he came off that season with us. Like, people overpay for quarterbacks, especially when he wins you a playoff game. You feel like you have to pay him. But then he got
injured, and then he was it. I don't know. I don't think so. I personally don't think so. I honestly think that moving up, I think them grabbing a quarterback early even is worse for them. I think they would be better off grabbing a wide receiver, giving Daniel Jones another year, and if it fails, then grabbing a quarterback. I think that would save their job.
I think that's more likely. The next GM's going to be able to grab a quarterback, sure, but not this one.
I don't think it will be like that. I think it's more.
You don't
likely...
get the NFL then, man. That's how it works.
Yeah,
you don't get to sign a quarterback for $40 million.
You don't know ball, Jamie.
You don't know ball, I guess. The first time a quarterback got signed for $40 million a year for what, 3 years, 40, what is it, 3 or 4 years? And then after 1 year getting injured during the regular season, after the year before he won him a playoffs, and they go,
he got injured though.
They grab another quarterback just so that they don't lose their job.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make, I don't see that. And on an offense that has no weapons for that quarterback. I don't think so. In my opinion, I think that would be a terrible idea for a GM who just pay, like, I'm going to pay a guy $40 million and then in 1 year. There's something about this Giants situation me and Casey just are not on the same page with.
No, like, I believe it could all be smoke, but also if they do draft a quarterback, I would 100% understand it. So that you're not tying your literal last year of your job.
I give it 25%.
Did you see the look? Did you see the look that Brian Daboll gave Daniel Jones last year when in a Monday Night Football game? He gave him the look of, I am so pissed you're here right now, and I want to be done with this.
Yeah, but that's just a look. I mean, Mike Zimmer gave everybody that look all the time.
And guess what? Mike Zimmer wanted to be done with everybody. He looked that way.
I don't know. Overall, though, I would say I do think it's a possibility that they would maybe do that. I don't know if I'm convinced it's just because they want to save their job.
And is JJ McCarthy the guy that saves their job?
And yeah, I feel like they're thinking Drake May, not JJ McCarthy. I think that's why we're hearing rumors of them wanting to trade up to the number 3 pick. So I'm gonna say let's let the Chargers pick and not move up.
And the funny thing is, I would have said my next 2 picks are Malik Neighbors or Romo Dunze. Before we even started this whole conversation, I just said 5.
Hey, Bo Nix in the building. Hey guys, it's me, your new quarterback. I'll send you guys my jersey once I land in Minnesota.
We'll hold you to that. We'll hold you to that.
Yeah, I'll hold you to that. Hey, I'll remember.
Can I get an interview? Can I get your first interview?
Yeah. Hey, I guess we're Bo Nix guys now.
Someone goes and change our YouTube profile to Bo Nix just to troll us is awesome.
I'm your new quarterback.
But hey, I think I'm the only guy on here that wouldn't, I don't want to pick him 11. I get it. I don't want to do it like that, but I would not be crying in my soup if we got Bo Nix at like 23 or something.
Yeah, if we got him at 11, it would hurt. If we got him at 23, I'd feel so desperate. It's just like you're kind of fucked right now.
Yeah, we needed somebody, and these are the 6 guys I was fine with to start the year. So
we needed somebody. We gotta just secure somebody. That's why you signed Daniel Jones to $40 million.
This is a different situation. We don't have a quarterback on contract other than 1 year.
He didn't either. He was contract.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold, baby.
Dude, so we're going Malik Neighbors.
Him and Daniel Jones.
I'm adding Sam Darnold to my. I decided today I'm gonna add Sam Darnold to my. I got Kirk Cousins still on my YouTube channel name, so I'm in my Twitter too. So I'm gonna change it to Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
So I assume we're rolling Malik Neighbors, Romo Dunze.
Let's go Neighbors.
I was looking at tackle. They got a first round left tackle in 2020. I wouldn't think they would draft Alt and put him at right tackle.
Yeah,
so.
I think they're I think that's what I'm saying. Like I think they need wide receiver so bad. Wide receiver, tight end, anything.
No trades, 5 through 6.
Yeah, I say the Giants is maybe smoke on Giants with JJ McCarthy, maybe not as much smoke with Drake May.
Okay, so taking Romo Dunze?
Yeah.
Now, what do we do here? Do we let Tennessee pick? Do we make a jump?
I think Tennessee is going to be another team that really needs a tackle, and I think passing on Joe Alt's going to be tough for them at this point, and we're not going to want to give enough. Even though I do think it's possible, but I do think Joe Alt would be perfect for their situation with Levis there to go be able to grab
Minnesota going.
Yeah, I mean that would be a nice pick for Tennessee if they went Alt.
North Oaks, Minnesota represent Joe Alt. You're going to Tennessee. Yep. Have fun in Nashville.
I think the Falcons are the most likely team in the top to draft or to trade back. with
Now,
their
question: do they trade with us? Are we at all responsible for starting an investigation on them?
No, it's Kirk Cousins' fault. He literally.
Well, I
was
get
the
it,
one
but
that
we didn't.
brought it
It's
up.
not like something we would have complained to the league about, right? It would have just happened.
They deserve it. They owe us that, at least. They're lucky we don't have their pick right now.
So then we think. So are we think?
I
So
think
do
this
we
is where
think-
you trade up.
Do we think we need to trade to 8 to make sure we get JJ McCarthy?
Because
we're being realistic with
Yes.
this one.
yeah, I do
Yeah.
because I just do not trust Chicago, and I do feel like either Broncos, who did trade for Zach Wilson, whatever that means, and Dylan says we don't need to trade up, but I don't know. I think we will. I think we
mean,
will.
Denver's pretty fucking desperate.
Denver and Oakland. Oakland maybe not as desperate, but I think both those guys could be
All right.
desperate.
So now, no, Dave, it had nothing to do with Giants and quarterbacks or whatever, but why we were late had to do with this exact scenario right here and what it's going to take us to get.
I
up.
say let Dave do it. Let Dave make the decision to trade up with.
Yeah, because
the
he already
Dolphins.
said your idea was good. That's why you're like, let's just let Dave do it.
2
Well,
first, and then
He
get a.
added picks though. I didn't.
Yeah. All right. What do you think, Dave?
So what do they? They have a second and a third. They have 2 thirds.
In this scenario, since we're doing one round, it would be nice if we did have a second first round pick.
No, you can. Yeah, we're not.
Or
We're
we
not
could
keep-
just run it. We could just run it. That's the only thing. I wish there was I just feel like there's not going to be anyone there for the Bears to make it obvious that they should pick a player at 9.
Right. Yeah.
Like it'd be different if Ndunze was there. Or
Well,
something.
hit the 108 and see what the.
I think
that-
it let
that
us
wouldn't do
trade
it.
before.
It wouldn't do it.
Hey, Michael Penix in the building. Ignore Paul. My
Jesus,
the guy
he's just
who
going.
is, like clearly picking me.
Whoever's doing
Come on.
this, fucking hilarious. I love it.
This is great.
Keep working your way up. Keep working your way up. You're getting closer. You're getting closer.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Do the 23rd and get rid of the 108.
Ooh, Atlanta does not.
Wait, what is
Is
going
not
on here?
interested.
That's impossible. That would be. It's something's going on here. Something's
That's
going
fucked
on
up,
here.
man.
Oh, it's just because we are in control of every team.
Right. So I mean, maybe
Oh,
like the
right.
Vikings don't
Force.
want
We
to
have to
trade.
force the trade.
Yeah, we just got to force it. So let's just. I mean,
So-
earlier they were willing to take 108. Earlier,
Do you think this, Jade? You think this gets it done?
no, I personally,
I said next year's third.
Dave, remember this is Dave's trade, Jamie, not ours.
I said that if we did that, we would get something back. But I also said that a third would do it, but we don't have one until next year. And I think a third and probably another one. So a third and a fourth. So a fourth. Those are both fourths, right? 108 and 129.
I believe so. Yes. Yep. We have 2 fourths, 2 fifths, 2 6 and a 7th, or a 6 and 2 7s. So
To go up how many spots? 1, 2,
3.
3 spots.
But like Jamie said, I think it is something you got to factor in. Like, if we're on the phone with Atlanta right now and they get a call from the Broncos and the Raiders, are they calling us too, being like, "Hey, I got Denver and Vegas both wanting to move up with me. Can you up the offer?" Like that is something that really obviously does need to be factored in here. Is competition.
So I think a third and a fourth. So fourth this year and a third next year.
So you think this?
Man, you think it's too evil? Dude, I don't know. Too evil would be my best guess.
So you think 11, a fourth, and a third next
If
year?
he doesn't do a JJ McCarthy one, you know it's too evil.
To move up 3 spots, yeah.
And are you factoring in the fact that maybe the Broncos might? Because I've heard the Broncos might be chucking Patrick Surtain out there as a potential trade piece, which
They just
That'd be
they
too
just
much.
extended his to his fifth year,
Picked up his 5th year.
yeah. So is this a trade you want to make?
which makes him more valuable. I mean,
I think that's a good one. I think that's pretty solid. A third and a fourth. From
third and a fourth.
Third
Move up
next.
3 spots. Yeah.
Cool. Hey, that looks a lot like mine. We'll force that trade through, and we will draft a player. I assume we moved up for JJ McCarthy.
yes.
Bo Nix. Okay. JJ McCarthy.
Can't believe
And-
this. I can't believe.
And everybody built a statue
believe
for
we
us
have-
because we kept the 23rd overall pick.
Yep. I
And
can't
next
believe
year.
one more day though. One more day for the draft.
All right. So now we can kind of roll through here because until 23, who really gets
Now
it?
the Bears.
I think the Bears would go with if I was going to
Probably
make a guess, I would say what's
Edge,
his name?
maybe? One of these three?
Dallas. My money would be on Dallas Turner.
I've seen Dallas Turner get mocked to them a lot at 9.
I could see it. But do they like multiple players that they trade down?
the purple pecker hitter. JJ McCarthy's my son. He's the next Tom Brady.
What's the cornerback situation where someone might trade up?
Cooper DeJean, Quinion Mitchell, Terry Arnold, Nate Wiggins. But that's the thing. It's like we're not fans of these teams, so we don't necessarily know what they're like in desperate need for. So
Well,
I would almost
we're
say the
looking
rest,
at their
the rest
needs.
of the way through here, we just pick.
Well, this is like the official fucking.
The official.
Yeah, but we don't know enough about what these teams are looking at to know whether or not they make what moves.
You
they
already
make.
forgot the assignment. You already forgot the assignment.
I think Noah. I think that the Chicago's going to go defense here for sure, and I think it's going to
Yeah, I
be
would
defensive line. I think it's I'm put my money on Dallas Turner, honestly, and then that'd be my guess. Dallas Turner.
Well, I was thinking if they trade down a couple of spots, they'd still get a pretty freaking good edge rusher.
But the one team interested would be at pick 17. That's the Jaguars.
And I don't think Penix or Bo Nix are going to be.
Well, I was just saying,
very
like Atlanta wants a cornerback, but they also want D line. So,
But Atlanta can
yeah.
get 3 picks, and they're still going to be probably.
Yeah, they're fine. Yeah, they wouldn't trade up. Bears, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
fuck, Judd's here.
I'm in on Dallas Turner there,
Who is too evil, Gary?
and then the Jets.
I'm
So
with
again,
you with Brock Bowers. I think
Brock
Brock
Bowers?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's not on their list, but
like they're not getting a wide receiver, but they're getting a tight end who can basically.
do they even
play wide
give
receiver.
tight ends as a
Yeah.
freaking option as far as needs go?
Yeah, they. Sometimes you just take the best player available.
Dude, and you give Aaron Rodgers,
Mhm.
one of the best safety blankets that we've seen in a while.
Right.
So
I mean, the only other pick I could see them making is Fuaga here, or Fatanu grabbing one of the top tackles because they do need help there, obviously, with the Mekhi Becton thing not working out. But I think
I'm
at
looking
this
at their
point,
depth chart.
like
Let me
I
look at their
understand,
depth chart.
I understand keeping Aaron Rodgers upright, but I think you need to get Aaron Rodgers as many targets as possible. So if you guys are in, I'm in on Brock Bowers for sure.
I
here.
think so.
Hang on.
I
Let
like
me look
that.
at their depth chart. They're a left tackle's first round pick from 2020.
Is that Mekhi Becton?
Oh, am I still on the Giants? Never mind. I'm at the Jets. Sorry. My bad.
Buzz.
I typed the Giants, not the Jets.
You really throw me out. I don't know how to say that. Barely know how to say my own name, dude.
Tyron Smith, first
Jamie.
round,
Jamie,
2011, pick 9.
Jamie,
What?
Come on.
Tyron Smith, he's a 2011 left
Oh,
tackle.
yeah, the Cowboys guy. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They brought him
that's
in.
their left tackle.
And they go, yeah, that's the Cowboys guy. Yeah. Jamie, read that name differently. You'll understand it, especially if you read the comment. So Brock Bowers, we all in agreement?
Yeah.
I was trying not to read it. I almost ruined it for her too evil. I almost ruined it for you.
Okay, so we're going Brock Bowers. Here. That's the pick. They have Tyron Smith at left tackle. Obviously, he's injury plagued the last few years, but when the guy's healthy, he's obviously has played like one of the best left tackles in football. They need help for Aaron Rodgers' passing game. Brock Bowers, you're the guy. So Atlanta, are we thinking Quinion Mitchell here? Top corner available? I mean, they do need D-line, but I don't necessarily know.
I think Mitchell.
I would go Quinion Mitchell here if I was them. Dave, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. I'm Team Mitchell on this one.
They need
I don't
defense.
think Cooper's gonna go this high for sure.
No, I don't think so either. Because I think who was it the other day? Oh, Jamie, we were on Monday. Said he's probably gonna end up playing safety. It was at Mateo. He's probably gonna end up being a safety anyway.
And he probably will.
So
Or definitely
Not
some sort of
fair.
hybrid thing.
yeah. So we'll go Quinion Mitchell in this spot. I think that's a good pick there. Denver Broncos. So no
Bo
quarterbacks
Nix?
available.
I think we give Oakland Penix.
That's what I'm thinking too. So does Denver sit here? Do they take a swing at Bo Nix?
No.
Look at this. I mean, center,
I think
edge,
they would
cornerback.
What's their trade back?
Their
I
trade
would-
back option would be the
Who needs to come up and get a
At
Put the-
36?
Yeah.
Put the top available players. Put the top available players. Who's a guy that someone would come up for a corner?
Well, I mean,
No,
Dude,
I don't think
wide
anybody
receiver-
is, honestly.
well, they have edge and corner as needs. So maybe here you just go defense for them and grab either Terry and Arnold or maybe
Well, because we only got one trade offer.
Well,
and
like
because they could get Latu or Verse here as well.
I think I still
how
think
how is
Verse
someone
be
offering a
able to
trade when we're the only people controlling the team?
I have no idea.
But I mean, I think here they go defense. If there's no and the wide receivers,
I mean, I wouldn't mind.
There's no wide receivers for them worth taking at 12. I don't think. So
I don't think you
here-
can ask for a trade, right? Can you?
Well, you can put a trade through. But...
I think we do that. Even though I don't know if there's really anybody. I mean,
Well,
there might
no,
be
that's the thing. They have one trade offer and moved on to 36. And I don't think they're going to trade back that far when they could get a Jared Verse here, or a Terry and Arnold, Nate Wiggins, Kool-Aid McKinstry. I think with this pick, since there's no quarterbacks available, wide receivers, there are some names out there. Like I like Donnie Mitchell. You got Brian Thomas. I think this would be a little bit overdrafting for them at this spot, and they could probably get one of these, these guys in the second round.
Yeah.
So I think they go defense here. I think they would go either edge or corner.
Yeah, I think so. I think they would go with Jared Verse.
Jared Verse.
That'd
Dave,
be my.
agreement?
I think he's gonna get picked before Latu.
Yes.
All right, so we'll just grab Jared
Even
Verse
though
there.
he's
Then we're all kind of thinking Michael Penix.
Michael Penix.
Yeah,
That's
Michael
team.
Penix.
They need a quarterback.
Saints. Now here's where it gets interesting. Could the Saints be the sneaky team that takes a swing at Bo Nix?
I think it's too early still. What's their trade looking like?
28 with the Buffalo Bills.
Do it.
So
The Bills move up for Brian Robinson.
Now, yeah. So okay, these trades can be literally.
We
Or,
think this is
Brian. What is
I mean,
it?
it doesn't necessarily matter.
No, just force it.
we
So
think
this is
that we think
Saints?
this will happen. The Bills at 28.
Well, it's the one trade off
Potentially, because they don't got Diggs in the next best wide receiver in this draft.
Yeah,
is
but I mean, with the way the rankings would go through here, yeah, I guess that
Brian
is
Thomas
still-
Jr. I don't think Brian Thomas Jr. There's way too many wide receiver needy teams in this draft. I do not think he's going to last till 23. But they might not move up this far. No, they might not.
Yeah, that's
move
just
up
a
this far.
huge jump.
because the Saints.
We definitely got to trade up to
Where did
3.
you find that picture? That's weird.
Trade up to 3?
Oh, Jesus
Spencer Rattler.
Christ.
That's the best move.
Can't wait till you see what I look like.
We definitely, yeah.
I think. I mean,
That
I don't
sounds
know.
like something Casey would say.
I mean, I don't know. Do we give him a tackle? I mean, tackles on their needs.
Yeah.
Honestly, the fact that these tackles have came this far without being picked is kind of crazy.
Yeah. We'll pick a tackle for him.
I think we give him the top available tackle because I mean, again, quarterback, wide receiver. There's none worth picking at their spot. I don't think. Yeah, I think Fuaga would be a good pick there.
Give him a beaver.
Now these guys, are they thinking corner?
Or they could be, but I do think they also need wide receiver.
How many picks I got? 15, 40.
Actually, you know what? I don't think wide receiver maybe it's just Antonio Brown saying that they want to trade up for Marvin Harrison. I think corner here.
Because they have Pittman.
Let's give them. Did we already pick? Yeah, I think Terry and Arnold here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool with that. Seattle, guard, edge, linebacker, safety are their needs. So do they take a guy like Latu here?
Yep.
Dave, edge rush?
Sure. Since we're not doing any trades now.
Well,
I don't think any. I honestly don't know if there'd be any trades. There's no one to really, in my opinion, obvious to trade up for at this point that I know of.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. It's like I don't know enough about. Let's say Jacksonville really wants Latu. Like I don't know enough about Jacksonville.
I would say
or the Colts for them to know which one would want an edge rusher more. That's the problem with making trades in this is I don't know enough about these other teams to know who wants what.
Enough, or these players. Like Byron Murphy out of these would be
now. I mean, like now with
Seattle
Seattle potentially needs a long-term solution at quarterback, right?
True. What's their trades looking like? Hey, what's going on, Nighttime?
Pick 18, 23, and 25. Bengals, Vikings. Vikings want to move up, and Packers.
Yeah. Do we want to move up for somebody?
No. At this point, I wouldn't think they'd move up at all.
Yo, by the way, everybody,
What's available?
tomorrow, I mean, we're doing our last draft here, but tomorrow, draft party. Actually, I was supposed to get here. Let me see if I can. Let me do
Bo
this.
Nix in the center
I
of
want to
all
cover
of it.
our face here, but tomorrow draft party, I'm giving away these cards during the draft party. Here we go. It's gonna cover our face, but I'm gonna say it real quick. Boom. So giving away the Ivan Pace Jr. out of 10 auto absolute gold. Also the Jordan Addison PSA 10 Prizm and also the Ivan Pace Jr. silver Prizm. Giving away all those tomorrow night on our draft party show.
And
Definitely
it's a rarity.
tap in a bit in there.
Those are extra rarity because he will not be wearing the number 40 anymore.
Yeah, I know. He's gonna be 0. His rookie cards will always be number 40.
Hey, whoever's doing this, by the way, both my grandmas are dead. So I mean, a little bit of a harsh comment there, but it's what it is.
Snurfs, I'm a big strong man. My grandma told me so. I have 0 luck. Russell, you're gonna win one tonight. Did you already put your hashtag Skol in? Because we're giving away the Justin Jefferson Prizm rookie card black. This is a nice card. I'm telling you, get the hashtag Skol in. If you're in here, get them in.
All right, well, what are we thinking? What are we thinking for Seattle here?
I say we do a trade back for Dave. What's the option?
For who and for what? Is someone moving up?
What was I missed?
Someone can tell me what the team's moving up for.
What's the trade back?
Bengals at 18.
At 18, and wait.
Though the Bengals might be interesting for edge rusher because Trey Hendrickson just requested a trade today.
Right. Okay, I could see that. What's the other option?
Vikings at 23. And then Packers at 25. And if Packers
would
are
probably come up and grab Byron Murphy if that was the case, I'm sure. Which
that's what I was saying.
No. We could, but no, we just don't have enough picks.
No, at this point, you wouldn't make a trade up to get your quarterback and then still make another move up the board again.
Yeah, that'd be wild. Unless you really thought Brian Murphy was.
Because then at that point, you wouldn't have given up the later round picks. You just said, F it, we're just going to.
I could see. You know what? Make the trade. Make this trade.
With who?
Number 18. No, with the Bengals. Number 18. Number 16, obviously.
And the rest doesn't matter. It's a 1-round mock draft. But
yeah, all right. We'll just do that. So we'll just say they gave more.
and then they're coming. Oh, not accepted. Are you kidding me? Now they're gonna be doing.
You're gonna have to give them all their picks.
Just give them something.
Dig in the mock draft. Can't wait for tomorrow, dude. I'm so excited. Less than 24 hours, we should know who our quarterback of the future is.
You guys just forced the trade through. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
so they came up for Latu. Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
They trade Trey Hendrickson, get Latu.
Even though they didn't need they don't have edge rusher as a need.
It was on there.
Well, no, not for the Bengals, but that's the thing. But Trey Hendrickson just requested a trade today.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's their top edge rusher.
We're in head of PFF right now. You know what I'm saying? All right. So you got the Jaguars here.
Guard,
they need quarterback, edge, and defensive.
They probably would grab either a Nate Wiggins or a Kool-Aid here, I think.
I think Kool-Aid's going to come off before Nate Wiggins, in my opinion.
I like Wiggins.
He's
dropped in this. He's dropped on PFF.
Mm-hmm. Which one are we doing? Wiggins, McKinstry? We got one vote for Wiggins, one vote for Kool-Aid, right? With you two?
We already know Casey isn't going to make it tomorrow.
Nope, not going to make it.
I'm cool with Kool-Aid here. go back because is there anyone else out there for
What's
edge?
edge?
I think
Edge it says.
Edge is, I mean, Chop Robinson's probably going to be the guy you're looking at.
and
You
I
got
think it's
Aziz
kind of
Isaac
I think
as
it's too
well.
early for him. I think it's too early for him. And there's definitely no guards for them to grab. I think they would go Kool-Aid here.
Gold corner, Kool-Aid McKinstry. Then Seattle now is back on the clock.
What's their trade?
24 with the
Make that
Cowboys.
trade. Yep. So give him 24. Give him whatever. Force
Give
it.
more, whatever, force trade. So Dallas, running back, wide receiver, center, tackle, defensive interior. Did they
need
come
a
up
little
for
everything? Oh man, I don't want them to take any of our guys.
Or do they come up for Futanu, tackle? Or do they shock the world and grab Jackson Powers Johnson here? But they would need to trade up for that one though, so that's probably
Yeah, a trade up pick. I think it would be for
I could
defensive
see a trade
interior.
up for Futanu.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. I like that.
Yeah, because LA needs one too.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I
Boom.
like that there.
Now they got what do they got? They got defensive line too.
Are we trying to work it out that we get Byron Murphy?
Maybe. Might have to.
I know we should probably give
Win
one.
the draft.
I think I think we should settle with Newton and say Byron Murphy does not drop this far.
So then do we say Byron Murphy goes to, because obviously the Rams have a void to fill with Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
So I think this would be a spot where they would take just one of these two.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's go with Murphy.
Murphy.
That's more than likely.
Now is this where one of these other wide receivers comes off the board now?
To Pittsburgh.
Because obviously Pittsburgh traded away Deontay Johnson, so they
Right.
have George Pickens, but outside of that,
Obviously, yeah.
They could go receiver.
Yeah, I think they would go Brian Thomas too for sure over Mitchell.
I don't know, man. I love me some Adonai Mitchell, but Brian
Is it?
Thomas was a stud on that LSU offense.
I mean, just if I mean, so far everything I've seen has Brian Thomas getting picked before Mitchell.
We'll go with that. Dolphins. Now the Dolphins do need they do need some defensive line, it looks like.
I think they go
Tackle-wise,
I think they go Fashanu.
Fashanu's the top guy
100%.
available.
This is
There's
like
a lot.
no
I didn't realize
brainer.
how look at how stacked this tackle draft
It'd be
is.
a great year to trade one of our tackles.
Not named Darsa.
So he comes in
I
here.
know one of these.
I don't
guys.
know why they have wide receiver listed as a need for the Eagles.
I think they go with Dijon here.
Or do you think they go Nate Wiggins?
The Wiggins. I personally think Dijon gets picked before Nate Wiggins.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Because I think, I look at
Nate
a team like the
Wiggins.
Packers down here who might think Cooper DeJean fits well on that squad.
The Eagles team.
Because the Eagles are just looking for a defensive back in general here, but
I mean, hey, what do you think, Dave? Dijon or Wiggins?
I like Wiggins.
All right, pull the trigger on Wiggins.
Wiggins goes there. Oh, what do you know? The Vikings could get Johnny Newton. Who would have thought?
Yes. Let's go, baby.
Now Seattle is on the clock now. Finally,
They go Knicks.
they go.
They did. Yeah, they did all of this.
We weren't even going to discuss who.
Well, that's the reason why they traded back the whole time was to grab a quarterback, right? That's why
No,
we
us.
did it.
I'm talking about the Vikings.
Oh, we knew it was going to be Newton.
How could it not be Johnny Newton?
I'm-
Who else would it have been?
It's got to be Newton.
Right. So you think Seattle takes Bo Nix here?
Yeah, I think they traded
Oregon,
back.
Seattle, Washington.
Yep. I think
Do it.
so. Bo Nix at number 24.
Right.
Then the Packers have a lot of options here. DeJean, they got any of the top tackles available.
Yep. And which they do need desperately. That's what I've been picking for them anyways.
It sounds like the fan base really wants Cooper DeJean. No, Tom Grossi really wants some Cooper DeJean.
There you
Yeah.
go.
All right.
I could see it being Iowa,
All right, give it to him.
Midwestern dude.
Good. I hope that I'd rather have Jordan Love not have any protection anyways.
I think They obviously lost their center this last year with Jensen retiring due to the knee injuries.
Yeah.
I think they take a swing at Jackson Powers Johnson here. I mean,
Get him in
they're set at receiver. They're set at quarterback. They have a good running back. It's all about protecting Baker Mayfield, I think.
Yep.
I think Jackson Powers Johnson's the guy.
I like that pick.
Dave?
He got looks like a shitload of needs. More than most.
Right.
Edge rusher. There's not really any edges unless they went and grabbed what's his face.
Yeah. I think it's a good pick.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really many other options for him at this point.
So they already got one wide receiver. Do they double up?
No. I say they go. Wait, they don't got a lot of offensive. Go back to offensive line. I think they go get Latham
at tackle. They don't need tackle though. They center and guard.
They don't. They need a center. Oh, is that what? Yeah.
And interior wise, you're probably not going to take a guy this high here.
Nope. And they're definitely not going to go wide receiver in the corner. There's no cornerbacks to be taken. What's their trade looking like?
The Giants at 20 or the Lions at 29. Like I could see them. God, I could almost see them trading out of the first round completely here.
Oh, maybe you having fun with your mock draft, Jamie Sugar Daddy? Oh my god. Hey, I'll take that free money, baby. Let's go.
I could see it. Couldn't you guys? I could see them trading out of the first round completely.
Yeah, I say this. Is that an option?
Well, I mean, they could trade back to 38 with Tennessee.
Let's do it. What does Tennessee need? What did we pick for Tennessee? We picked offensive tackle.
Yeah, I think so.
So they could come up and get Mitchell. Which
who do they have? They have they have Hopkins and they have
they do.
And they have,
I don't know what their needs are. I say let's just pull the trigger and see what their needs are.
I know what their needs are. Wide receiver. Oh, so they do need wide receiver help still. Okay. Guard, tackle. Oh, they come up for a tackle.
They could do that too.
Jump over.
No, they already got Joe Alt. We already got Joe Alt.
We took him a wide receiver, didn't we?
No. We took
it's Tennessee.
Yep. So I think they come up and get Mitchell.
Okay. So trade, like, whatever, I guess doesn't really matter. They would work it out. So they come up, taking a Donnie Mitchell.
Yep.
Screwing over the Bills, too. I kind of like it.
Oh, yeah. Now the Bills are sitting here without any...
So the Bills need tackle help as well.
They don't even mess around here. They grab Latham.
Yeah, top guy available.
Yeah. Should have been drafted already. We let the tackles fall in this draft.
Well, there's a lot of them, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Giants.
We picked wide receiver for them already. That's crazy. They're not even giving them a wide. Wait. Oh, this is the Lions. I thought you said the Giants.
Oh, you said the Giants.
I mean, do they just take a swing a little bit early on a Chop Robinson? Probably not.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you already have.
He's going to be a first round.
I think he's a first round.
I think he's a first round.
That's the way I hear it.
I mean, and putting him on the other side of Aiden Hutchinson, like,
yeah,
that's sick.
I think that's a good pick.
The Ravens. Wide receiver guard. Do they just take another tackle as well? They need a tackle. Do they just take top guy available?
I think these tackles go off the board here.
I mean, all three teams need them.
Yep, click them.
But I personally think the Niners. I think they go here.
They go wide Troy Franklin
because they're not. They're most likely they're not going to have Rashee Rice for a few games. And outside of that, the cupboard's pretty bare at receiver, and they need one
bad.
Desperately.
I don't know a lot about Troy Franklin.
I know Yogi's a big Troy Franklin guy. 1,300 yards.
I'll trust Yogi's judgment.
I mean, at 6'3", 187, I think this is a guy that they grab here just because they're so desperate for wide receiver help.
I agree.
And then it was going to let us go the rest of the way. I forgot I made it a 7-round mock draft.
Dang, we didn't even get to see the grades.
They don't grade
show
it anyways. Remember?
All right. Well, the Vikings, JJ McCarthy and Newton, baby, let's go. That's as good of a scenario as he can possibly get.
I think we made this pretty realistic too.
I think we did a solid job with this. I honestly feel like we did better than I was expecting we'd do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hey, if that happens, A+.
The Vikings come away with the quarterback and somehow
with JJ McCarthy and Newton. Gosh, man. If some way, somehow, it's just the damn Giants sitting there not knowing what the hell they're going to do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, anything else before we do the giveaway and hop off here and get ready for draft night?
That's right, everybody. Giving away this Justin Jefferson rookie card. Giving it away. This is a nice card. The Justin Jefferson.
Give it away now.
Give it away now.
I'll be right back. Will you get
and that? Dave is looking for something to give away himself. Probably some sticky notes.
What can I do? What can I give away?
We only got 5 in here tonight, and you got to be here to win. I'm feeling my boy Gary. Too evil. I don't even know if you haven't even gotten a hashtag Skol in here yet. Can have it. Can I have it, pretty please? Casey cannot have it.
Have I given away the touchdown pen yet?
Ooh, I don't think so.
Touchdown pen.
Maybe you did.
It's official.
Get the hashtag Skols in the comments for your chance to win. There it is. Bob Swede in the building. What's going on, Bob? The last mock draft, Bob, and then you have to wait. I don't know, probably not too long before.
Do a mock draft next week. For
Bob will still do a mock draft next week.
2025, we'll do a mock draft.
Nighttime, did you get a chance to get your Did you get a chance to get your hashtag Skol in for your chance to win this Justin Jefferson rookie card? I don't know if you did. There it is. Nighttime, have you won one yet? Thank you. Appreciate you, man.
I didn't bless you because it wasn't a real sneeze.
I do.
One of those
fake
sneezers.
I do fake sneezes because I want people to bless me. Come on, Nighttime. It's your time. We're going to give this away right now. You got to be here to win. That is the rule. So, I mean, there's some good odds here. And we're going to run it right now. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Who do we got? And we've got boom, 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 boom. Adam.
Hey, Adam.
Adam, are you in here?
But you're still here.
Got to be here to win. Y'all know the rules. Gary got his in. Gary, is Adam in here?
Uh-oh.
We'll get the winner if they can pronounce his name correctly.
That's tough.
DeSatles.
Adam DeSatles. DeSatles. That's my guess is DeSatles too. We'll give Adam like a minute or so. He's usually pretty quick.
So who do you think out of all of us freaks out first? I know it's not going to be me.
Freaks out?
Yeah.
Like based on
like if we haven't traded up at 4.
Oh man, who do you think is going to be the most like anxiety ridden? I don't know. I'm going to be pretty fucking nervous. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, some smart money would be on you. I'm trying to think.
I'll be nervous. I'll be freaking out. I'll be showing it for sure. And if we hear the words,
Yogi's the biggest on Bo Nix. He's like ranks him 3rd.
Dang. So he would probably he'd be the only one that'd be like, okay, it's all good. So it wouldn't be him.
He's a trade downer. He's like, well, let's wait.
Yep. So he wouldn't be. SK though. SK would be pretty intense.
He's freaking out. SK is freaking out.
He's freaking out because he wants.
If we're at 4 and there's no trade, he's freaking out. That's for sure. It's SK.
I think so.
As soon as
will he show it? Will he show it as much as me? Maybe not. But
as soon as
Rap's more of a poker player, he's gonna hide it. He's internally combusting, but he's not letting anybody know.
Well, just like
he'll do a podcast afterwards telling us how fuck Quasey is.
Days of Tells. Is that what it is? Days of Tells. Wow. I would never guess that.
As soon as his guy Jaden Daniels gets taken, he's just not going to talk.
Yeah, with rap.
He's just gonna be done after that. After he's gone, like
No, he's a big JJ. He wouldn't care if it's Daniels or JJ.
Yeah, I think both of them. I think we're gonna see a lot out of SK. Honestly, I think my money would be on him. Quezzy just made a stinky. You guys, can someone change his diaper, please? What do you mean? What did Quezzy do? Something I'm missing? All right, we're running this again. Boom. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Let's go. 6 entries. 106 chance for everybody who's in here. Boom, 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 boom. Oh,
No,
nighttime. It was meant to be. It was meant to be, my guy. Let's go. Is that the first? I think that's the first time you've won, right? I believe so. It has to be. I think I asked you already, didn't I? I did. I already did ask you. All right, nighttime. Unless you're not in here, no way you left before I started this again, right? There it goes. Here's our email address. If you want to send us a message for the best address to send that card to. All that good stuff.
Anything else?
Again, one last time, the Vikings just need to go grab their quarterback of the future.
Get it done. Bring Drake May home, or JJ McCarthy, or Jaden Daniels.
Of course, Russell. The whole first rounder. And we got JJ McCarthy and Newton. Man, that would be pretty much the best case scenario.
The rest of the draft wouldn't even need to happen at that point.
Yeah, that's an A+.
I'm going to bed and I'm like not caring.
It's an A+. And if you were able to keep 108 and get Tavondre Sweat still, woo! Damn, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I'd be a fan.
Really nice.
But all right, there's nothing. Anything else? Any last thoughts before we?
Dave?
I'm tired.
It's been a long.
Thank you everybody so much for hopping in. These guys will be on tomorrow night. Big draft show. I will not be there, unfortunately, but I'll be keeping an eye on it from home. Maybe I'll jump in on my phone for a minute.
He'll be in here in spirit.
Yeah, right. But everybody, please make sure that you hop in and join these guys tomorrow night. Give them some support. Big night, biggest draft in Vikings history. Let's get to it. Thank you guys so much for hopping in. We'll see you guys tomorrow, and obviously there'll be a lot of content after the draft about what happened, and we'll break it down for you. But thanks again for watching. See you guys next week.
Skol Vikes.